Okay, so we are going to live stream, and then I need to shut down my Safari. Go to my YouTube.
My setting.
Okay, so we are going to live stream. Okay, and then I need to shut down my. That's that. Right. Okay. Let's live stream. Let me just go down to here. Oh, my babe, beautiful darling. Right. Your channel. We should copy link, share, copy link. I like it with the two of us as well. I miss you.
I miss you too.
Conversation.
I think Linda will join us.
Yeah, she's going to
in a few minutes. Yeah.
Right, let's have a look. So I love Linda. I've done this. I need to.
Kate is not coming today, right?
No, she's not
going to join us. Okay.
Therapy Talks live. Letting go. Oh, the love. Is it nice weather over there?
Oh, yes, today it is. It's quite fresh though, but it's pleasant because you sleep well at night. It's nice and fresh. The morning is fresh when I wake up and I do my breathing exercise and yoga and all. And then during the afternoon gets nice and hot and we can go to the pool. And it's what a beautiful life, isn't it? I feel grateful and blessed.
Totally. It's all how you look at it, isn't it? It's what you focus on. Always. Right, let me just share it on there. Sharing on here. Oh yeah. Right, publish, paste, continue, publish. Oh God, this part. You know what? I like my Fridays, our chats. I love our chats. At least we've got like a little anchor every week.
Yes.
I mean, to like see each other and stuff, because that's lovely. My gig on the 16th got cancelled.
No, was on the 16th of August or now?
July.
Why am I not surprised?
No, I know. Let me just turn that down a bit. Let me just add that. Paste. Okay. Share. One more to do. One more. Yeah, it's weird though, isn't it? That's the hard thing for me, watching all the flipping sports events and having one rule for one rule for everyone else. Let me just move down a bit, actually. Yeah, I'm too loud. Can you hear me now? Yeah, that's better.
I do. I do hear some echo though, although I don't know if it's my my audio settings here, but I hear some sort of like your mic is too close or something like that.
Yeah. 2 seconds. I've had a water disaster. 2 seconds. I'll be back.
No problem.
No. Oh no. Nothing like live.
Yeah, we're live. That's good. Yeah, everybody watching. If anybody's watching now, don't give up on us. Please bear with us. We're going to talk about letting go in a moment.
I'm letting go of the water at the moment. It's let go all over my floor. That's not meant to get wet. Resilient floor. Oh. See, this is real life.
This is real life. Yeah, that's what's really happening.
It is. Right, I'm just doing one more share and then I'm with you. Oh dear. You couldn't write the script, could you? Hold on, add a photo. Okay, letting go, done, go, paste, and then I'm done. Post.
Actually, I think that unconsciously you want to wait for Linda. So we start. It's funny, I'm saying this and I have this deja vu feeling. Wow.
That's gonna magically appear.
It's not that we haven't done this before, but you know what I mean.
I know what you mean. Oh, I'm wearing flowers today. Flowers. Daisies. Let me shut the door. Right, I'm ready. Woo! Let me breathe.
Yeah.
Can you hear me okay? Because I'll put the thing to the side. The mic.
It's still like it's too powerful or something, but it's okay. I mean, I hear you well. I
want to do it because
okay.
I'm going to do it on the podcast, you see. So maybe I'll turn it down a bit. Is that better?
Yeah, it's a bit better.
Okay.
Yeah, much better actually. All right.
Right, let's start. Let's start as we mean to continue in a positive way. Right. So good morning, everybody that's watching us and everyone that's listening to us. It's good to be back. It's Friday. The sun is shining. The birds are singing. Life is good. Life is good in many, many ways anyway. Today, our Real Therapy podcast that's getting released is all about communication. And that's what I was saying before, like our Friday chats, it's for me, it's just incredible because I get to see my friends every single Friday. It's an anchor. And it's like, we just have a good old chat and a good conversation and a catch up. And that's a real blessing, isn't it? It really is a blessing. So today we are talking about on our YouTube channel, let's get it all into gear. Today we're talking about letting go, which is one of the hardest things that you can possibly do in many, many instances, because letting go, as a human being, we are emotional souls. We are full of emotion, and the emotions that we put onto things makes it very hard sometimes to let go of these emotions because things are very painful sometimes. There's no getting around it. And but it's the perspective that you put onto that can help you to let go. I'm really not speaking very well today. I don't know why. I think it's because everything just went kaboom at the beginning. And I'll try and focus. I've got to focus. Okay, so letting go. I'm going to relate it back to me. Letting go. There's many times in my life that I've had to let go of really painful situations and move on, and also help others to let go as well. And there's plenty of instances that I've helped others to let go. And in NLP, we use a lot in visualization and what pictures, when you're thinking about that subject, what is it that you're picturing, and what does it look like? Is it moving or is it a still image? And what would it look like? What would it feel like if those pictures changed into maybe black and white instead of colourful, and you drew them further away from you, or even disappeared? They just disappeared, and you can do that with your brain. Your brain is so powerful that all of these things that we hold on to, it's the things that we're remembering of the time, but it's not necessarily what actually happened. And when you can get those pictures that you are remembering with all that pain attached to it. I'm talking about loss mostly in this, because I can relate it back to Ethan. But when you replace those painful images with images that you'd rather see when you think back at that point. So say, like, I'm going to relate it back to Ethan, my son. So when his granddad died, he's young, he's a young boy, he's 11. But when his granddad died, he must have been about 9 or 8, his dad's dad. And he was lying in bed, like I told him about it the next day, and he was lying in bed that night and he was just crying. And I said, Ethan, talk to me, let me know how I can help you. And he said to me, he goes, all I can see is my granddad all hooked up to all the monitors and, you know, all the pain that he was in. So he said, I could just see him being in pain, and like, that's all I can visualize. I said, okay. I said, so what does it look like? And he described it. I said, so how would it feel if you changed that into a black and white? And he did in his brain, because your brain is extremely powerful. And he said, oh, it feels better. It feels a bit better. I said, okay, so let's just leave that there 2 seconds. I said, now, when's the last time you saw your granddad laughing? And he goes, I can't remember. I said, just relax. I said, when's the last time you saw your granddad when he was happy, when he was laughing? And he goes, oh, at my birthday party. I said, So he was happy there. He was laughing. He goes, yeah. So I said, so when you think of that, I said, what position is that? Because he'd given me the position of his granddad when he was in pain. And he goes, oh, well, when he goes, it's like over there or something. So I said, so let's make that brighter and colourful. And how about if we move that just over here? So where his other image was, and replacing that image. And he goes, oh, it feels much better. And I said, now let's make that really bright, really colourful, really big, make all the sounds louder. Let's make it so it's just alive, you know, it's there. That's what you're remembering. And he goes, oh, I feel much better. And I said, okay, so let's flip back to the other picture. And he goes, and his face drops. And I said, what is it like? He goes, oh, well, I feel all right. He goes, it's black and white, but it's still there. That's what he's saying, it's still there. I said, okay, so I moved my whole body with this picture and I moved it right back to the end of the room. And I said, how does that feel for you? And he's just like confused. And he goes, oh, it feels better. I said, right. I said, well, what if we make it really small, that picture? Let's make it really small. And he goes, and there's like this big smile going on his face. And I said, what do you want to do with that picture? And he goes, throw it in the bin. So he goes, I said, let's throw it in the bin then. So I just took that picture and I threw it in the bin. And his face just got instantly. I said, when you think about your granddad, how do you feel? And I said, what does it look like? That's what I said. I said, what does it look like? And he goes, he's laughing. I said, brilliant, right? It was just so magic. And then he looked at me. This was the part. He looked at me, he goes, thank you, Mummy. And I was just like, oh my gosh. So, gosh, you know, visualization and what we remember things as, and ignoring the things that we already have, all those good memories, you know, they are so powerful, those memories, and we can focus on those rather than the painful ones, because it's our choice in life to be able to focus on that. So that was just one example of letting go of a painful image. But in life, so much of our pain can be attached with how we see our view of the world, and the words that we speak about ourselves on a daily basis, and everything about our lives that we are crafting daily, our routines and everything, isn't it? So
what is it to you, for instance, letting go?
Letting go.
To you, how would you define it? What happens inside, actually? Because you've experienced moments of that. What actually happens when we let go?
That's a beautiful question. So for me, my last having to let go, I've let go of many things in my life. But the last really painful thing that I had to let go was when Ethan's dad left me. And when he left me, do you know, on the lead up to it, I was having nightmares. I was dreaming things of him. I was conjuring up these things in my head, which may or may not have been happening. But to me, it was very real. And I felt just awful. And I was probably right. Not that I've got any proof. But when he left me, the pain, it was just so intense, and it was in my belly, and all my dreams, like, my parents aren't divorced, and many parents are divorced. I'm lucky enough to have my parents that are still together and happy as well. So, well, relatively, most days anyway. But I'm lucky to have that. That's my background. And Billy's background, my ex's background, was his parents separated. And when he left me, he said to me, I don't want Ethan to be 8 years old and for us to split up. So he was bringing his past into our present. And he'd done everything that he could to just make it hard for our relationship to work, until the point where I was never going to let it go. I was never going to say goodbye to him, because this was a family. You know, this wasn't real. It wasn't something that I would ever dream of. You know, I was going to stick it out because that's who I am. But at that point, when he said that, everything just made sense. And I thought, well, there's nothing I can do about it. This is his. So the pain was just unreal. And for the first few days, I was numb. And I was in pain and numb. It was a weird thing. Pangs of pain, and then this numbness as well that just set in. And I was like, okay, so how do I deal with this? And then I started to feel again, and I started to focus on me. That's what I had to do, because it was a choice. I could either stay at that pain or choose, because I didn't know who I was anymore. I didn't know what I liked or who I was, or
Oh yeah, so see, pain is one of the aspects of the mechanism, because from all the spiritual paths, they talk about the same thing, that there is only that much pain you can endure, and when we reach that level, we have to somehow let go. So I guess that's pain is one of the parts, the aspects, not always through pain, but
oh yeah, absolutely. Move this mic a little, try and close. So yeah, that's what I did. I focused on me, and I went to Reiki every single week. Every single week, I found a Reiki place near me, because I just needed to heal spiritually, emotionally, physically, mentally, massively, because he was quite abusive, mentally abusive. So I really did lose my identity, and I had to rebuild myself, because at the time he left, I also my best friend and my work partner, he left at the same time too, to live with his girlfriend. So I was left with running about 5 businesses at the time, and having a young child, and I didn't know what to do. I literally lost my world within the space of a couple of days, Oh my gosh. But I'll tell you what, that year, I spent a year getting myself back, and I loved my life. I started to love my life. I started going routines, Reiki every week. Yeah, connection, talking, going out to lunch with people that surrounded me, like-minded souls, surrounding myself with everything that I wanted to be again, everything I wanted to be again, because I lost it, and slowly but surely, bit by bit, I got better. And then I started looking into NLP and all those kind of things. And that's why I came to this path as well, because it's kind of led me there. So yeah, that was my letting go became my freedom. It was acceptance, like what you said, letting go, the acceptance, and then freedom. 3 parts. And then you're just rebuilding. But to you, what's letting go to you, Susie?
well, there's so many things that I want to say. I hope I have the time to, and I won't forget the essential. But there's 2 aspects I would like to talk about: the letting go from the Vedic perspective, and also do a tapping with you if you want, and our viewers. And it's on my channel as well. I think I've already posted this video, but it doesn't matter.
What's your channel? SusannaPanasian.com.
No, it's The Real You, it's called.
So what's the link? Is it therealyou.com?
It's on YouTube, but you find it on YouTube by searching with The Real You. And my name, I guess. So I think from my perspective, in exploring the mind for so many years, I think letting go is caused by, of course, letting go is an aspect of mind. So when we don't let go, what's happening? We resist, right? We regret, we worry, we feel sad. So it's all these negative emotions that are resisting something that is happening. Because letting go is a reaction, or like not being able to let go is a reaction or a response to something that happens that we perceive as negative, right? Yeah. So to me, letting go is all a matter of being able to use your mind properly. And the mind always gets in the way, right? It's always there that something is happening that does not allow us to be in the instant, in the present, here and now. So in a way, letting go to me is, and this might sound very funny or weird, but to me, letting go is strongly associated with discipline. And I'll explain why. Because you said a routine, and discipline is not in a negative way, like, discipline like in the army, but a routine, a discipline that you follow daily. Why? Because the only way to keep your mind under control or to master it is keeping it busy. And when you give it a structure, when you give it something to do, for instance, repeating a mantra or saying a prayer or having a routine with your body, your mind gets to stop. And then something can happen while it stops the blah, blah. So you see, it's different also for the doshas, like looking at this idea of letting go from this perspective of the three doshas. The letting go will not happen the same way for the three types. It will be different because you see the vata types are already very, very spontaneous. So they could lie themselves thinking that they are very like in the flow and they are refusing routine because they want to be free. You see what I mean? So actually for vata types, which are very agitated and very active and hyperactive and anxious, and they refuse structures, for them letting go would actually be accepting a little bit of structure. So as silly as it may sound, for Pitta types, for instance, where they are very organized and very structured and they always have objectives, like you mentioned your sister, you really have to plan ahead everything, and everything, including self-development, becomes a little dot on their to-do list. And it becomes a sort of competition with themselves. I want to become better and better and better. You see, like in a competition, like for people doing sports, which is awesome. You want to be the best or the champion. So it's always about competition. You see, that's why you always have Pitta types in the sports competition. You always see athletic people because it's them.
That makes sense.
Them who want to prove something to the world. They want to prove they are the best, and not necessarily to the world, but to themselves. So letting go is going to be hard for a Pitta type because even that, putting on the list, I want to let go, can become, another constriction, not constriction, but another objective to attain.
Yeah.
So it's very challenging for Pitta types to get into that going with the flow. So what they need to do is really surrender to the present moment. And for Kapha types, which are the ones that have more water and they're more solid and they are slower and they are more lethargic and they're more chubby. Well, for them, letting go might mean a moment when they'll be able to stop doing anything and just start eating and just having fun.
Right. I understand. Yeah.
So they will say, okay, there'll come a moment when I'll be able to let go and I'll be able to have everything that I want.
Right.
So it is challenging for the three doshas. So it's not easy for any of us. Yeah. But letting go, it's simply the ability to surrender to a greater plan. The ability to see your own mind, to observe your own mind, to see what it does, and have this realization, just like you said, that at any point in time you choose. The thing with the choice is that you can only choose in the moment for the moment. We are like living an illusion to imagine that I can choose today for what I'll do tomorrow. Mm-hmm. If I say I'm going to the gym tomorrow, this is not a choice. This is just a plan. I'm planning. I intend to. It's an intention. The choice will be tomorrow when I'll put my shoes on, take the car and drive to them. Yeah. So that's the thing with the choice. We forget that the choice is available all the time, but only for now. So letting go is the ability to surrender to a greater plan, is the ability to understand that I do not have all the answers, that what happens now might have a purpose that I don't see. So letting go is not necessarily, how do you call that? It's not necessarily stopping, surrendering or letting, giving up.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah?
Of course, it's not giving up, actually. It's not giving up because that's exactly right. Because giving up's the opposite to letting go, really, because you're still there.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's still there. And when you truly let go of something, you think positive thoughts about it.
I mean, if you don't let go of it fully, it's there that needs to be dealt with, and it can lead to problems later in life or during your life, or recurrent negative patterns, or, you know, self-beliefs. All of these things, if you don't truly let go of something, you may think that you've let go of something, but you might not have done. So if you're getting these patterns, it could very well be from that. So it isn't giving up, because giving up means that it's unfinished business. Letting go is acceptance. It is. It's
acceptance and trust as well. Because if we are to look at the times we're living today, okay, in a world that is changing so dramatically, and there are things happening that might not be to our advantage. For instance, too much technology, for me, it's not a positive thing, because this is not the life that I'm looking forward to have. In times like this, when everything is changing, can we let go? And how do we let go? When we are passing through transitions in our lives, in our personal lives, when things change dramatically, how do we let go? You see, that's the thing. Letting go is just an attitude. It's your mind being disconnected from all the negative scenarios that are, you know, presenting themselves in your mind, and still being so in tune with the flow that you are able to take the right action. Because letting go doesn't stop you from taking the right action. This is my perception. It's a process by which you do not let yourself be disturbed by what is going on.
I love it.
And you allow yourself, you will see when we do the tapping session that we do together, how I worded it, and how it brings you to the state of freedom. And there is this question that I'm asking people when I do my coaching sessions with them. Because you see, we think that in order to feel happy and complete and to enjoy ourselves and our life, we have to solve something first. This is the inability to let go, right?
Yeah.
I need to have this job. I need to have this done. I need the world to be a better place for me to feel happy. So this is a sort of conditioning. But what if these two things are not connected at all? And what if we could feel free and happy right now while we're experiencing this?
Yeah.
So the question that I'm asking my clients, if you were to choose now between finding a solution to this problem and feeling completely free from all worries right now, what would you choose?
Obviously.
The thing is, once you solve one problem, there's going to be another one behind it that will tell your mind, hey, you know, you have to hold on to this and you have to fix this first before you're happy. Yeah. And many people think that by letting go of the struggle, they are going to be defeated, or that choosing this inner freedom means renunciation.
Yeah.
That by doing that, you'll just have to go in a cave and meditate, you know, for the rest of your life. And then that's the only way. So giving up on enjoying life. People believe that letting go means to stop enjoying life. But letting go is not resignation, is not renunciation, is not being defeated, is not giving up hope, is not being vulnerable. Accepting vulnerability doesn't mean that you are vulnerable. You just see, letting go is to see and you accept the world is as is, that you are as you are, that you are and vulnerable and a divine being.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that you are this mortal person, this mortal individual, but at the same time, there is something there that is permanent within you. There's this greatness that is so obvious that you don't see it. Like Alan Watts, my favorite philosopher, used to say, you cannot touch your own fingertip with your own fingertip. The eye cannot see itself. So it's so obvious, our nature, because we are it. And when you are it, you cannot see it. That's the purpose of meditation, right? So when you accept I think in our society, that's where we got today, because we do not accept this vulnerability. We do not accept that we have limits. We don't accept those limits. We don't let go of certain things. And we keep trying to correct and to correct. We are in this permanent struggle for better, for more, in this Hollywood style of success where everything has to be big, boom, bang, and we cannot let go of these fears.
You know what? Letting go is a strength. It really is, and it builds your resilience as well. It really does. And I've got a fly buzzing me on my screen. My dad he very much holds on to stuff, and he doesn't let go of things. And it does. He's quite. I love him. Firstly, that's the first thing. I love him with all my heart. But he's an ex-solicitor, ex-lawyer, so. He's quite argumentative. He's quite a difficult person in some ways. He's quite negative in many ways as well. Like, he's the most positive, happy person in certain aspects, but then he's stuck in this old style thinking, and it's all going back, and it's a pattern. And I literally stop his words sometimes and reframe them. I change. So, like, he'll be saying, oh, everything's this and everything's that. And I'll be, hold on, well, that means this can happen. I will just change things around. And you can see his brain just suddenly just stop and go and think about it. Oh, but yes, but then, blah, blah, blah. And then I'll do it again. And then I'll do it again. And I'll just change his words right in front of him, instead of the negativity. And then all of a sudden, in that moment, he will take on the positivity, and everything will just get better. He won't be that negativity coming out of him. He'll just change to positivity just from changing his just reframing what he's saying. And reframing means to look at a situation through a different perspective, different eyes. The TV's broken. God, the TV's broken. What am I going to do? I'm not going to watch whatever it is. He likes Judge Judy. Okay, I'm not going to watch Judge Judy. No. Oh, look, no, I'd be like, that's great. You're not going to watch Judge Judy. You can come out with us today for lunch. Oh, no, but I want to watch Judge Judy. She's got this person, this. I said, yeah, guess what? Judge Judy's on tomorrow or the next day. She's on all the time. Come out for lunch with us. We could go to a garden centre or go to a park and take the dog. Oh, okay. Look at all the things that you can do.
You can do, exactly. Yes.
And it just stops people in their tracks. It just does. It's powerful, isn't it?
Absolutely. I think letting go when you are in the middle of a struggle, because that's what it is, is simply allowing yourself to accept that you are, without wanting to change it, without wanting to fix it, is accepting that you are the joy and accepting your true divine nature while you are there. We believe that we are divine only when we are happy and joyful and when life goes on well. Well, what about these other aspects when shit, excuse my French, happens?
That's all right.
and when life doesn't go the way we want, do I give up on my idea of who I am or not? To me, this is what strength is.
It is.
To me, this is what allowing your true human nature to come forth. I am this, no matter what happens around me. And this is easier said than done, of course. But, letting go is allowing yourself to be the joy, to be that light, to be that divinity right now as things happens around you. And this is the choice that we have every instant. And I will choose it now. And within a few seconds, I'll probably feel again, oh no, but look at this. And then in a few seconds, I have again the choice to say, yes, but I choose to be that joy. And then a few seconds later, yeah, but look at the world and look at this and look at that. And I'm sick and I have this headache and I have this pain here and I have COVID. Yes, but I choose to remember who I am.
Yeah.
Well, to me, this is the Vedic perspective. This is the Vedic influence on my thinking, of course, because I'm a philosopher, and I always aimed for that. For me, there is no greater purpose in life than to realize who we are and to reach that potential, that perfection of as close as I can get in a lifetime.
I love it.
To the perfect image of man and of a woman, of the human being.
Oh, you just said that so beautifully, Susie. And it's literally who you are. What are you on this planet to do? What makes you come alive? Like, what is it that you truly want to be, want to do, want to achieve? What is your end goal? When you move on to a different realm, and, you know, we do pass on, all of us, which is unavoidable. Eventually, that is fact. We all will. What do you want to be remembered as? And are you fulfilling it? And if you're not at that point, then what can you focus on to get to that goal? Because that's where you need to be focusing. The loss and all of the letting go of things, that's just part of the journey. It's part of your journey, and you've got to love that as well as loving the other side. Why it's the whole why me when it's bad, why me when it's bad, and why me also when it's good. It's literally, you have to ask the same question, because that's life.
Exactly. And I will mention this example, and then if you want, we can do the tapping together.
Yeah, love that.
I was talking to a friend of mine, a school colleague who had some health issues, and she's been since the age of 10, if I'm not wrong, on a wheelchair. She couldn't walk. She's a wonderful person. She's one of my best friends, and we chat daily, and she's such a beautiful soul. And I was sharing with her the struggle that I had with my daughter, with her back problems. And at the moment I accepted that things are as they are. And I stopped asking the question, why me, why her? Or when I stopped telling myself, she should be healthy and going out with friends and all this, it should be this way and it should not have happened, and why me? These things are what are holding us back from really letting go. Letting go meant to me saying, well, this is it. It is what it is, and let's take it from here. And discussing with my friend, she told me the same thing. She said, Susanna, my whole life changed when I stopped asking my question, why me? Why among everybody else I have to be stuck in a wheelchair for the entire life? And she said, I then started to ask the question, why not me?
Yes, it's the truth.
And she said, well, you all complaining about being confined for a year. She said, I've been confined in my home for the past 40 years.
God bless her.
Yeah. And you know what? She has this spirit. She has this soul. She has this heart. She became a psychologist, by the way, and she's doing sessions over the internet. So,
amazing.
And she's helping and guiding others. And there is something about her that is truly magical. And I told her that. And she said, Susanna, I don't think I would have gotten to this point of opening of my heart and my mind without this. It's not that I wish this or I'm happy that it happened, but I see what it did. And I think letting go is accepting one's limitations and allowing, actually, because you see, when we do the tapping, you will see how I word it. When we allow something which seems bad or negative to us, we allow it, we stop fighting against it. We stop asking why, we stop resisting it. We can discover something marvelous in ourselves. We can expand our limits even more, because this is what we're here for. And I was reflecting on this the other day. I was listening to some video on YouTube, very interesting and inspiring. And I realized one thing, that we are here for what, let's say an average of 80 years.
If we're lucky.
Lucky.
Yeah.
And what are these 80 years compared to the infinity of time?
Oh, beautiful, yeah.
Nothing.
No.
So to me, in my mind said like this, Why would I focus on this limited aspect of myself when I can simply look towards the infinite and the eternal and focus on that while being here in the body? Because my existence here is short. And no matter how much, you see, no matter how much we think we're going to fix things, there's going to be another thing to be fixed ultimately. So it's best to train the mind to accept, because mind is sticky. Mind is like it has this stickiness. Whatever you put in front of it, it will get glued to it. It will hold on to it. It will attach to it.
Yeah.
And so that's the whole purpose of, for instance, meditation, yoga practice, the Vedic science, is to learn your mind to detach and to always have this perspective and take things lighter and trust the flow. Because when you are detached and you are more connected and in tune with that which is permanent, then your actions actually might be more appropriate in that particular situation, which seems with no solution or seems hard to accept. And we all have, I think we all have in our lives. For my friend is unfortunately this wheelchair situation, but we all have, like Christians say, a cross to carry, and we all have our aspect which doesn't change no matter what we do. We all have, and the truth and the key of our existence is accepting that.
Mm-hmm.
And many people get to that point where, and actually many people learn a lot from precisely this aspect that doesn't change. And letting go happen after you have tried and tried and tried and tried and nothing works. Then there is eventually a moment when the mind, because this is how the mind functions, when the mind says, okay, I surrender to the greater plan. And this is how it happens. That's, to me, that's the process. But many of us need to go through this process of, and I need to try to fix this. Mm-hmm. And I'll try that, and I'll try that, and I'll try that. And then eventually nothing works. Then you accept.
That's perfectly put. And you know what, at that point, when you are letting go of something, it's the absolute perfect time with acceptance to start learning something new. I mean, learning something new not only gives you the focus that you need at that point to move on and to let go of the old, but it also expands who you are and your purpose on this planet. So there's a wealth of knowledge that we have at our fingertips. We can be anything that we really want to be. And that is just exciting, isn't it? Like, we have at our fingertips technology. I've got a fly. There's a fly.
I have one too, I guess. That makes the four of us.
Yeah. Technology is, it's a blessing and a curse, right? It's a blessing and a curse because, the AI that is out there and that is coming in more and more, we're losing humanity, the humanity of person-to-person contact. Yes, that's a negative point. However, the technology that exists allows us that if we've lost that connection, or we've lost our jobs, or we've lost, a relationship, or we've lost all these things that we need to let go of, it gives us the ability to connect with whoever we want to connect with different groups that are online, with different teachers, with different orators and motivators, with everything that you want to be. You want to be a scientist, you want to be a biologist, you want to be like anything. You want to be, I don't know about an astronaut because you have to be a certain kind of age, but anything you want within limits, I suppose, within the massive limits.
But that's the thing. You see, that's the thing. You can be anybody and anything that you want. And at the same time, letting go means accepting that you may not be any of this, and that who you are is enough as well.
Absolutely.
And this is one of the aspects that I work with, and you know that very well from NLP. What would happen if you didn't have it? What would happen if you didn't have it?
Yeah.
Who would you be, or who would you be if you didn't have that?
Yeah.
You know, and I start usually the sessions with this. That doesn't mean that if you accept or you let go of the willingness to become that you will stop your possibility of becoming that. But me, what I work with is the mind blocks it. So as long as you believe that only if I do that, I'll be happy, then you won't be happy even if you have that.
Yeah. Truth.
So you accepting and letting go is, I have this dream of becoming this.
Yeah.
But I am willing to let go. I'm doing everything that it takes to get there, but I'm willing to accept that it could happen, it could not happen. What do you tell to somebody who's in a wheelchair all her life? Can she become everything? No.
Well,
she accepted and she became everything from where she was.
Absolutely.
So where you are, accept first where you are and then build on.
That's exactly right. Yeah, no, I mean, you physically can't become a marathon runner if, you know, you're in that situation, but you know, you could still do a marathon. You know, it's the thing is what you can do rather than what you can't do.
Exactly.
No, like, I'm not going to be, you know, a catwalk model. Well, I might be, but it takes some work. You know,
can make one among ourselves, you know.
Exactly. But I'm happy with who I am, and like we've got our own catwalk going on. But yeah, like I don't want to be that anyway. I don't want to be that. I think it's not what I want.
Yeah, but you see, because when you put your mind into this, and this is the product of our very materialistic society that we live in, and this wave of, you know, like consumerism and you know, being focused on what we possess rather than who we are. So I think accepting who you are and acknowledging that there is something, and I don't always feel it, but I feel it more and more. And when I go into there is this tenderness, there is this appreciation of my beingness that is enough in itself. We want so much. We think that we need to build more and to run more and to do more. And when it's actually sufficient just to be. And from this sufficiency of being, I think we can create something that makes more sense than being perpetually running after something or struggling against something or fighting against something.
Yeah.
You know, that's the soft philosophy, the soft approach to life, the more that respects more nature and who we are. Why do we believe we have to prove something?
You know what? The pandemic's been the perfect time to prove that we don't. We have the choice to be happy.
Yeah.
With none of our usual routines, and I'm talking about usual routines back in the day, in the olden days, you know, like, and it's allowed us to have that time and the space to focus on what it is that makes us happy, really, what we can have rather than what we can't do. So it really is a gift. The present is a gift. It really is.
Yeah.
And that is the beauty of life. We don't need designer stuff. We don't need flipping 15 cars. We don't need like mansions and all of these things. If that's
not necessarily for that, but we don't need to go more and faster and to have more. For me, you know, more technology. You know, we've seen that more technology hasn't actually made our life easier, has it?
No,
we were told that if you have internet, then everything will be easier. No, it's not. You have plenty of forms to fill, plenty of places, and it's so complicated. I was looking at my daughter's website for the university. My goodness, my time was so easy. I was just going to school, talking to the teacher, and the teacher would give me the schedule, and that's it. You know, simple.
Yeah. Simple.
The simpler it is, the better it is. And letting go is this, letting go of whatever is false and superficial, and moving closer to who we really are. And this is who I am, and this is what I have to say. It might be people that don't agree with that, but you know, this is my message out there. You want to do the tapping session?
Let's do it. Do you know what? I've never learned tapping, so this is going to be incredibly interesting for me because I've always wanted to learn this. So
what we do is we use the points, and you will just follow. You will see me, and you will so, because I don't want to take too much time to explain the points for now. But let's all think, you and I here, let's think of something that is bothering us, that we feel that we're struggling with, a problem we're struggling with, and that we believe we really have to find a solution. And if we don't find the solution for that, we're not happy. And everybody listening, I want you to do the same. And I want you to, because that's the key in tapping, we need to allow that feeling to be there. So allow yourself to be bothered by that. Just think of this particular problem for a moment and allow yourself to feel that frustration, to feel that resistance, to feel the injustice, to feel that, and allow yourself to be bothered by it. All right? And when you do that, just notice where that happens in your body. So just be aware of the feeling. If you can identify it, name it, and say, okay, this is frustration. Okay, this is anger. Okay, this is sadness. Okay, this is why me? And I feel it in my stomach, or I feel it in my neck, or in my throat, or it's a pressure on my, head. Mm-hmm. Have you chosen something, Danielle?
Yes, I have.
And where do you feel it?
In my stomach.
And can you share the emotion that you feel?
Frustration.
Okay.
Or injustice. It's injustice.
Injustice. Yeah. Okay. So we always start with a karate point. And before starting, actually try to rate this intensity from 0 to 10, where 0 it's no emotion and 10 is the most intense. Where do you feel it? How much?
It's a 10.
It's a 10.
Yeah.
All right, because we wanted to test it at the end, how it worked. All right. So we start with a karate chop and we say, even though, can you do it with me? I don't know if it's
here.
On the karate chop. It's on the side of the hand. And you tap with 2 or 3 fingers, right like this. That's it. All right.
The left hand?
Doesn't matter which one. So you say, or you can either repeat after me mentally, or you just listen. It works the same. Even though I cannot feel happy and free now because I couldn't find a solution for this problem, I choose to deeply and completely love and accept myself anyway. And now let's use your example. Even though I feel this frustration in my stomach because of this situation, and even though I do not allow myself to feel free and happy right now because I haven't found a solution for this problem, I choose to deeply and completely love and accept myself anyway. Even though I refuse to be free, connected, and to feel complete right now, despite this problem, I choose to deeply and completely love and accept myself anyway. And now we move into the points, and we're going to use some keywords which could apply to pretty much everybody listening. So we start with the eyebrow point. I cannot feel free and happy unless I find a solution to this problem. I do not allow myself to feel free and happy on the side of the eye. So I do not allow myself to feel free and happy unless I find a solution to this problem. Under the eye, I choose, because there is a choice there, I choose not to feel free and happy until I find a solution to this problem. Now we take a deep breath and we continue tapping. Under the nose, because this is another aspect, I refuse to feel free and happy unless I find a solution to this problem. We keep breathing consciously, you keep staying aware of the sensation in your body, and we go on. I am not supposed to feel free and happy as long as this is not solved. Try to say it out loud, at least one of them, to see what it does, Danielle. So I'm not supposed to feel free and happy anyway.
I'm not supposed to feel free and happy anyway.
As long as this is not solved.
As long as this is not solved.
Take a deep breath. Yeah. On the collarbone point, which is slightly underneath the collarbones, you can do it with both hands or only one. I cannot find a solution to this problem if I feel free and happy.
I cannot find a solution to this problem if I'm not free and happy.
Under the arm is right here for the women at the bra level. I have to be stressed to find a solution, right? Take a deep breath.
Stressed to find a solution.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, it feels funny, right? On top of the head. It is struggle, not joy, that helps me advance.
It is struggle, not joy, that helps me advance.
I won't accept to let go and feel happy and free.
I won't accept to let go and feel happy and free.
As long as I haven't fixed this problem.
As long as I haven't fixed this problem.
Take a deep breath. I mean, it makes me laugh. It's funny, isn't it?
It's great.
Under the eye. I cannot let go.
I cannot let go.
I don't want to let go.
I don't want to let go.
Letting go is giving up.
Letting go is giving up.
Letting go means to be defeated.
Letting go means to be defeated.
Under the arm, letting go means to give up on life.
Letting go means to give up on life.
Oops. Letting go means resignation.
Letting go means resignation.
Take a deep breath. And now it's time for us to make a choice. What do we really want? And what we're looking for exactly. Say, we want freedom, freedom to be, freedom to choose, to express, to manifest. So we start with that eyebrow point. I choose to feel free and happy right now.
I choose to feel free and happy right now.
Regardless of this situation.
Regardless of this situation.
Yeah, take a deep breath. For some might be easy, for some might be hard. And, I understand that. But we just say it. For now, we just say it. It's a choice you're making. I choose to feel free and happy right now.
I choose to feel free and happy right now.
Even if I don't have a solution to this problem.
Even if I don't have a solution to this problem.
I choose to feel free and happy right now.
I choose to feel free and happy right now.
Even if I won't find a solution.
Even if I won't find a solution.
I choose to feel free and happy right now.
I choose to feel free and happy right now.
No matter what.
No matter what.
Take a deep breath. I choose to feel free and happy right now.
I choose to feel free and happy right now.
Because this is who I am. Take a deep breath.
This is who I am.
I choose to feel free, safe, and happy right now.
I choose to feel free, safe, and happy right now.
Because this is who I want to be.
Because this is who I want to be.
I choose to feel free, safe, and happy right now.
I choose to feel free, safe, and happy right now.
Because I feel for it.
Because I feel for it.
And because I deserve it.
And because I deserve it.
I choose to feel free, safe, and happy right now.
I choose to feel free, safe, and happy right now.
Because I have the choice.
Because I have the choice.
And we say that again 2 more times. I choose to feel free, safe, and happy right now.
I choose to feel free, safe, and happy right now.
Because I have the choice.
Because I have the choice.
I choose to feel free, safe, and happy right now.
I choose to feel free, safe, and happy right now.
Because I have the choice.
Because I have the choice.
And we end it here, and I choose to deeply and completely.
I choose to deeply and completely.
Love and accept myself.
Love
anyway.
And accept myself anyway.
And now I take a deep breath. Oh.
Wow, it felt so good.
And you tell me what you feel in the body, and try, like we say in NLP, try in vain to recreate the problem in your mind.
I feel feel like a vibration all the way through my legs and my body, and everything's tingling.
Yes,
And,
that's the result of EFT. The whole energy body is being
I like it.
Into the flow. Yeah.
Yeah, and when I think of the issue,
yes, think of it.
Feel it. I can't feel anything because I'm just feeling the tingling.
Do what exactly? Sorry.
Especially in my lips. It's like a vibration all the way through me, but especially in my lips, the tingling.
That's interesting. Yeah. But think of it again, because we want to rate it again on a scale from 0 to 10. Think of that issue that was bothering you wanted to let go of, and that frustration. Do exactly what you've done earlier, like bring back the same thoughts or images that you've...
I can't feel it. I can't, I don't feel any kind of stress when I think about it. It's just a thing. It's just a thing.
It's just a thing.
It's just a thing. I don't feel anything in my belly now. I don't feel it.
So, see, this is how it works. Yeah. So it's an experience. I mean, we can, talk theories for hours, but that's how it is. It is possible to feel neutral about something.
Wow. Do you know what? That's like vibration.
Yes.
Vibration as well. It's that kind of relaxing feeling. It's like that tapping, setting intentions, and it's getting deep into the root of you.
Yes.
And like and it's working because I don't feel anything, which is great. And it's like I feel when I have a vibration, because like say I'm lying down and I've got a vibration that I'm lying on or whatever, it melts away. Like it's kind of a repetitive movement. It's a repetitive movement that just, it's a release. It feels like a release.
It's a release. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So see, that's how we do it. We start with what is. I mean, we start with the negative. It's always good to not to be afraid to just allow yourself to dive into that negativity, because we just wash it away and we release it as we acknowledge it, and we are doing the pressure points because they are like the Chinese meridian of energy. And so we release it, and then we can, once we have acknowledged what's there, then we can come up with what we choose to feel instead.
That was beautiful, Susan. Thank you so much.
Well, I hope people can get some benefits from this. It's very simple, but it's you're breathing differently, you're sitting differently, the body vibrates differently. And when you look, we believe that there's only one way we can feel about some awful situation. No, there is. Sometimes it takes longer than that, of course. I mean, we have to be realistic.
It's something that you can't do anything about at the end of the day. So why not choose to let that go?
Yeah, and maybe it fixes itself in a different way.
Yeah. Oh, I love you, Susie, with all my heart.
I love you too.
Thank you so much. I kind of air hug. Yeah. Oh my God.
Waiting for the real one.
Yeah, one day soon, babe. One day soon. Right. Well, listen, it's 12 o'clock. And on that note, I just want to wish everybody a safe, happy, healthy weekend. Oh my gosh, I love this face that I see in front of me.
I love that face too. I love your face too.
I love you so much. And I'm sending all this love that I've got and all this nice calm relaxation vibe that I still feel in my feet and in my legs. This is great. I'm sending that out to the world and to everyone watching this or listening to this. So have a beautiful weekend. Enjoy the sunshine wherever you are. And we will see you again next week for another Real Therapy Talks. And remember to tune on to realtherapypodcast.com/follow for our therapy podcast that's coming out today. So lots of love. Bye.